Zola, we had a pretty good look at what's in the market before we finalized this. And we knew we had to bring some really strong attributes to this product. One of them is the arm. So it's a wonderful arm detail that many people remark on. The back, people are saying, you know, you've got it just right. It's not too square, it's not too rounded. The proportions are just where they need to be. In terms of breadth of line, we can make it armless, with arms. We also have an easy access chair and obviously a higher height with a non-slip tread. We have a counter height as opposed to bar height stool available. And keep that in mind, I talked a few minutes ago about both bar and counter heights. We certainly have bar stools at that bar height, but if you need counter height, here's an offering. Note also that we have the show wood back available on this series in any of the pieces, and in the next few months we'll be bringing out a polymer back as well. You can see the bariatric here. In fact, there are 3 different standard sizes, 18.5, 22, and 26 inches. What's interesting though is we are rated at 500 pounds on all of those. So have a look when looking at competitive product. Everybody's going to be rated at 500 pounds here. A lot are not going to be rated at 500 pounds on the 18-inch model. A feature that we brought to market in our Solus and Jordan in the past is a splash guard underneath. So again, we've done that. We've added an optional plastic shroud on the bottom of this chair, which protects from splashes coming from the floor and keeping moisture out of the chair. The added benefit is when you do stack the chairs, there's no impression left in the upholstery below because the weight has been spread out. Now let's move over to a real winner. We introduced this product a year ago. It won the Silver Award for Healthcare at Neocon. We went to Healthcare Design in San Diego last November, and we won the Silver Nightingale at Healthcare Design. For those who aren't familiar, the Nightingale is as high an award as you can get for furniture in the healthcare market. The reason that this chair is so exceptional is the footprint. It is based on our guest and patient chair. So it's a 21-inch chair, or you can see we also offer it at 24 inches. What's so important here is the size of the hospital room is shrinking, and most traditional recliners, including our line of recliners, are fairly big pieces of furniture. This fills a gap. This fills a real need because there's less and less square footage in that hospital room. We have a very compact recliner, yet it has all of the features you'd expect in a recliner. Here you can see a tablet arm on the side. You can see that we also offer the swing across tablet, so if a person would like to work or read or eat, that might be the appropriate tablet solution for them. We can add IV poles. Another great feature is the patient transfer arm. This arm simply hinges and folds down so that the patient can be slid from a bed into the chair, eliminating the risk of a nurse injuring a back or a patient fall as the transfer is being made. So a really important option that we built into this small recliner. This particular chair has heat. If the chair is being used in a chemo area, as you know, your body cools during the chemo process, and heat is an important option. There are many other features here, such as 3 different colors of urethane arm caps, black, gray, and taupe. A bar to help with the pushing of the chair. Locks, this is an interesting point. We keep our casters at the front exposed and they're inline, meaning they don't swivel. The back casters are hidden under the chair and they swivel. So we still have a very tight turning radius, but the beauty of this is the locks on the casters are always visible. So frequently you see a nurse needing to move the chair beforehand in order to expose the lock so that they can lock it. Here, that lock will always be there because it doesn't swivel, and locking becomes such a simple process. Everybody's quite familiar with our Zola product line. It's been extremely successful in the healthcare environment for the 5 or 6 years it's been in the marketplace. A couple of years ago, we added the Zola Curve, and that has increased the level of attention it's getting and the application in the healthcare environment. Here, we've added a higher back to the Zola. So we've gone from a 34-inch back to a 50-inch back, and adding that element of privacy. Just think of privacy in a healthcare environment. Family members needing some privacy to chat about their loved one, this is perfect to build some of these types of settings into the environment. Or the physician sitting down to chat with that family member, again, you need an element of privacy. Here you see it in a bit more of a training or conferencing type of environment, which would also have an application in healthcare, but obviously in different area and use than that patient environment. Within the hospital, there are also going to be settings such as this. So in this bench setting, you can see that we've added another change to Zola, and this is a mid-height back, so less than we've just come from, but more than our typical. As well, we could add a plexi divider on top of this. You can see the hospitality type approach to this in building the booth that certainly has application in the healthcare environment, and of course we've got our clean out built into the back. Another thing that we can do with this new series is we can have a double back. So that is, without doubling up the backs, we can have other than the straight on the back, we can have another back built here and add a bench. So you could have multiple booths created from this.